2004 Grammys. Beyonce was nominated for 5 awards, lost all 5. Prince found her crying backstage. What he did next, giving her his own Grammy from 1985, changed her career forever. Today she has 32. That first one still sits in a glass case in her home. Because Prince didn't just comfort her. He gave her his Purple Rain Grammy and said 7 words. Awards don't define you, your stage does. Then he walked away. Beyonce away. And when he died in 2016, she couldn't give it back like he asked. The 8th of February 2004. Staples Center, Los Angeles. The 46th Annual Grammy Awards. Music's biggest night. Every artist dreaming of that golden gramophone. That validation, that proof they mattered. Beyonce, Knowles sat in the audience. 22 years old, just gone solo after Destiny's Child. Dangerously in Love had dominated 2003. 5 singles. Massive success. Critical acclaim. And tonight, 5 Grammy nominations. Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best R&B Album, Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. 5 chances to win. 5 opportunities to prove she'd made the right choice going solo. 5 moments where the industry would say, yes, Beyonce, you belong here. She wore a white dress. Hair perfect, makeup flawless. Smiling for cameras. But inside, nervous, hopeful, scared. This was everything. This was validation. This was proof. And she was about to lose it all. Best New Artist, Beyonce called as a nominee. Applause. Cameras on her. She smiled, breathed. And the Grammy goes to Evanescence. Disappointed but okay. 4 more chances. Record of the Year. Crazy in Love was everywhere. Unstoppable. Surely this one. And the Grammy goes to Coldplay. Smile got tighter. Still clapping. Doubt creeping in. Song of the Year. Same song, different category. Same hope. And the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross. 3 losses, her publicist whispered. 2 more. You've got this. Best R&B Album. Dangerously in Love. Everything She'd Risked. And the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross. 4 losses. Not smiling anymore. Just nodding. Cameras watching her lose again. 1 category left. Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Last chance. And the Grammy goes to Mary J. Blige. 5 nominations. 5 losses. 0 wins. Cameras cut away. She was just another nominee who didn't win. She sat through the rest, smiling when expected. But inside, breaking. After the ceremony backstage, the hallways crowded with winners. People holding Grammys, taking photos, celebrating. Beyonce walked past them, head down, trying not to cry, trying to hold it together until she could find somewhere private. She found a bathroom empty, locked herself in a stall, and let it out, sobbing, shaking. All the pressure, all the hope, all the belief that tonight would validate her decision to go solo. Gone. I am not good enough, she whispered to herself. They don't think I am good enough. 5 nominations felt like 5 rejections. 5 times the industry said, not you, someone else. Not you. She'd left Destiny's Child for this. Risked everything for solo stardom. And tonight, on music's biggest stage, she'd been told she wasn't worthy. 5 times. Beyonce tried to stop crying, tried to pull herself together. She had to go to the after parties, had to smile for more cameras, had to pretend losing 5 Grammys didn't hurt, but it did hurt. It hurt more than she'd expected, more than she wanted to admit. Outside the stall, the bathroom door opened. Footsteps, someone walking in. Beyonce held her breath, tried to be quiet, tried not to let whoever it was hear her crying. Then a voice. Soft, concerned, unmistakable. Beyonce, Prince. Beyonce froze. Prince was outside her bathroom stall. Prince, one of the greatest artists who ever lived, and she was in here crying like a child. Beyonce, I know you are in there, Prince said gently. I heard you from the hallway. Are you okay? She wiped her eyes, tried to compose herself. I am fine. I am fine. You are not fine, and that is okay. Can you come out? I want to talk to you. Beyonce hesitated. This was humiliating. Prince. finding her crying in a bathroom because she didn't win awards. But something in his voice, kindness, understanding, not judgment. She unlocked the stall, stepped out, eyes red, makeup running, trying to smile but failing. Prince looked at her. Small man, purple suit, gentle eyes. "You lost tonight, all 5?" Beyonce said, voice cracking. "I was nominated for 5 and lost every single one. I know. I was watching. I am sorry. This is embarrassing. I shouldn't be." "Stop," Prince said, not harsh, just firm. "Don't apologize for feeling. Don't apologize for caring. This matters to you. That is beautiful." "It shouldn't matter this much," Beyonce said. "They're just awards. They're not just awards. They're validation. Proof that people recognize your work, your sacrifice, your talent. Of course they matter." Prince stepped closer. "But here is what you need to understand, and I need you to really hear this." Beyonce looked at him, waiting. "Awards don't define you. Your stage does." 7 words. Simple, clear, and somehow everything. "What you do on stage," Prince continued, "how you connect with people, how you make them feel. That is what defines you. Not whether a room full of voters checks your name on a ballot. The stage, that is where your truth lives. That is where your power is. And nobody can take that from you." Beyonce's eyes filled with tears again. But different tears, not despair. Something else. "You were nominated for 5 Grammys tonight," Prince said. "That means 5 times. People said you belong in that conversation. That you are worthy of consideration. You didn't win. But you belong there, and next year you'll belong there again. And eventually you'll win, a lot. But even when you do, it won't matter as much as you think. Because the stage is where you live, not the awards. Have you ever been at your lowest, and someone saw you exactly as you were and still believed in you? Ever had someone speak truth when you needed it most? That is where Beyonce was, and Prince wasn't done. Share this story if you've ever felt like you weren't enough, because what Prince did next proved that legends don't just inspire through their art, they inspire through their humanity. Prince reached into his jacket pocket, pulled something out. Small, golden, unmistakable, a Grammy. Beyonce stared. "Is that my Grammy?" Prince said. "Purple Rain, Best Score Soundtrack for Visual Media, 1985. One of the first I ever won." He held it out to her. "I don't understand," Beyonce said. "I am giving it to you." "What number? I can't." "Prince, that is yours. You earned that." "I did. And now I am giving it to you because I don't need it. I haven't looked at it in years. It sits in a box somewhere at Paisley Park with a bunch of others. It means nothing to me. But it can mean something to you right now, tonight. When you are feeling like you are not enough, like you failed. This can remind you that awards are just objects, they're symbols. And symbols only have the power we give them." Prince placed the Grammy in Beyonce's hands, heavy cold. "Real. I can't accept this," Beyonce whispered. "You already did," Prince said, smiled. "But here is the deal. This is a loan. Not a gift, a loan. One day you are going to give this back to me. But when you do, you'll have won at least 20 Grammys of your own, maybe more. And when you give this back, you'll understand what I am telling you tonight, that they're just trophies, beautiful, meaningful, but just trophies. What matters is the work, the art, the stage." Beyonce looked down at the Grammy in her hands, Prince's Grammy, from Purple Rain, one of the most important albums ever made. "I don't know what to say. Don't say anything, just promise me something." "What?" "Don't let tonight define you. Don't let losing 5 awards make you think you are not extraordinary, because you are. I've watched you perform. I've seen what you do on stage. You are going to be one of the greatest, maybe the greatest, but only if you remember that your power comes from you, not from them." Prince walked toward the bathroom door, stopped, turned back. "One more thing," he said. "When you win your first Grammy, and you will, don't let it change you. Don't let winning feel better than creating. Don't chase awards. Chase greatness. Chase connection. Chase that feeling you get on stage when you know you are exactly where you are supposed to be. That is the only award that matters." "How do I give this back to you, Beyonce?" asked, still holding the Grammy. Prince smiled. You'll figure it out. When you've won 20 or 30, or however many you are meant to win, you'll find me, and you'll give it back, and we'll both laugh about tonight. About you crying in a bathroom because you lost, and me giving you my Grammy because I knew you needed to see that they don't matter. They matter a little, Beyonce said, smiling through tears. A little, Prince agreed. But only a little, remember that. He opened the door, paused. You already did. Now, go earn it. Then he was gone, purple suit disappearing into the hallway, leaving Beyonce alone in the bathroom, holding a Grammy that wasn't hers, that was better than hers, that was a gift and a challenge and a prophecy all at once. She looked down at it, turned it over in her hands. Read the engraving. Purple Rain, Prince, 1985. This was real. This had happened. Prince had given her his Grammy, had told her she'd win 20 of her own, had believed in her when she didn't believe in herself. Beyonce her eyes, fixed her makeup as best she could, looked at herself in the mirror. She looked different, felt different, like something had shifted, like losing 5 Grammys wasn't the end of her story. It was the beginning. She held Prince's Grammy close, walked out of the bathroom, head up, ready to face the after parties, the cameras, the questions about losing, because she hadn't lost. Not really. She'd gained something more valuable than 5 golden gramophones. She'd gained perspective, purpose, and a Grammy from Prince that she'd carry with her until she had 20 of her own, or 30, or however many she was meant to win. 2005. 1 year later, Beyonce won her first Grammy. Best Contemporary R&B Album. She held the award, gave her speech, but in her mind, she thought about Prince, about his Grammy in her home, about his words. Awards don't define you, your stage does. She won 3 Grammys that night. The wins felt good, but they didn't feel as important as she'd thought. The performance, that felt real. 2006. More Grammys, more wins. Career exploding. Tours, albums, movies. She was becoming what Prince predicted, and through it all, Prince's Grammy sat in her home. She'd look at it before big performances, before award shows. Before doubt crept in, it reminded her, this is just a trophy. What matters is the work. 2010. 10 Grammys. She thought about Prince's challenge. Give it back when you've won 20. Not there yet, but getting closer. 2014. 16 Grammys. Drunk in Love. Flawless. Self-titled surprise release. Changing the industry. Prince's Grammy still there. She'd never contacted him. The Grammy was hers now, alone. A promise. 2017, 22 Grammys. Had surpassed his prediction, approaching the record. She thought about reaching out, about giving it back, but something stopped her. This Grammy had become sacred. Maybe I'll wait until I break the record, she thought. Then the moment will be perfect, but she never got the chance. The 21st of April, 2016, Prince died. Suddenly, unexpectedly, Paisley Park. Gone at 57. The world mourned. Artists everywhere shared tributes. Stories, memories. Beyonce was devastated, not just because the world lost a legend, but because she'd lost something personal. A mentor, a believer, a friend she'd only met once but who'd changed everything, and she still had his Grammy. The loan she was supposed to repay. The trophy she was supposed to return when she'd won 20. She had 22 now, almost 30, and he was gone. She'd never get to give it back, never get to stand before him and say, you were right, I won them, but they don't define me. The stage does. Never get to thank him properly for what he'd done that night in 2004, for seeing her at her lowest and giving her exactly what she needed, not comfort, not pity, but challenge, belief, truth. Beyonce, who held Prince's Grammy that day, cried. Not like she'd cried in 2004. Different tears, grateful tears, sad tears. Tears for a man who'd given her something she could never repay. She decided then she'd never give it back. Not to his estate, not to a museum. This Grammy was hers now, forever. A gift she'd been told was a loan. But that had become something else. Something permanent. Something sacred. February 2017. Less than a year after Prince's death, Beyonce received a Lifetime Achievement Award. Stood on stage, pregnant with twins, grateful. At the peak of her power, she gave her acceptance speech, thanked the usual people, then paused, looked out at the audience, decided to tell a story she'd never told publicly. In 2004, Beyonce said, "I was nominated for 5 Grammys. I lost all 5, and I went to the bathroom backstage and cried. I felt like a failure, like I wasn't good enough, like leaving Destiny's Child had been a mistake." The audience was silent, listening. This wasn't typical award speech material. "And while I was crying," Beyonce continued, voice thick with emotion, "Prince found me. He knocked on the bathroom door, and he said 7 words that changed my life. Awards don't define you. Your stage does." Tears in her eyes now, real tears. "Then he did something I've never told anyone about. He gave me his Grammy. His Purple Rain Grammy from 1985. He said it was a loan, that I should give it back when I'd won 20 of my own." Beyonce wiped her eyes. "I have 22 Grammys now. Almost 30. I was going to give his back when I broke the record, when I became the most awarded artist in Grammy history. I wanted that moment to be perfect, to be worthy of what he'd given me." Her voice broke, "But he died in 2016, and I never got to give it back, never got to stand in front of him and say, 'You were right.' The awards are beautiful, but they're just trophies. What matters is the work, the art, the connection, the stage." The audience was silent, some people crying, everyone understanding they were witnessing something profound. "So I am keeping his Grammy," Beyonce said. "It sits in my home, in a special room, surrounded by my 32 awards. But his is the most important, because it is not about what I won. It is about what he taught me. That greatness isn't measured by trophies. It is measured by impact, by truth, by whether you stayed true to yourself even when the world told you that you weren't enough." She looked directly at the camera. "Prince, if you can hear me, I earned it. I earned all of them. But I earned something more important too. I earned the right to stand on stages around the world and be exactly who I am, unapologetically, powerfully, truthfully. That is the real award. And you gave me that in a bathroom in 2004, when I was crying, and you reminded me who I was." The standing ovation lasted 5 minutes. People weren't just applauding her career. They were applauding the story, the humanity, the connection between 2 legends separated by generation but united by truth. Today in Beyonce and Jay-Z's home, there is a special room, climate-controlled, secure, where Beyonce's 32 Grammys are displayed. But they're not the centerpiece. The centerpiece is a glass case, and inside that case, 1 Grammy, older than the others, from 1985, engraved "Purple Rain Prince." Below it, a plaque, simple, direct, the one that started it all, "Prince, 2004. Beyonce's otherty." 2 Grammys surround Prince's, like they're honoring it, protecting it, acknowledging that without that one the others might not exist. Jay-Z talked about it in a 2020 podcast. "That Grammy," he said, "is the most valuable object in our house, more valuable than any art, any jewelry, any car, because it represents a moment, a man seeing a young woman at her lowest and giving her exactly what she needed, not what she wanted, what she needed." "Has anyone ever offered to buy it?" the interviewer asked. Jay-Z laughed. "People have offered millions, collectors' museums. Prince's estate even offered to buy it back for charity. Beyonce said no every time, because it is not for sale. It is not a collectible. It is sacred. It is proof that Prince believed in her before the world did, that he saw her greatness when she couldn't see it herself." "What does it mean to her?" "Everything," Jay said simply. "That Grammy means everything, more than all her awards combined. Because it taught her the most important lesson any artist can learn: your value isn't determined by awards. It is determined by what you create, how you make people feel, whether you stayed true to yourself." Prince taught her that, and she has never forgotten. If you've ever doubted yourself, if you've ever felt like losing meant you weren't enough, share this story, because Beyonce's journey from crying in a bathroom to becoming the most awarded artist in Grammy history started with 7 words and 1 Grammy that wasn't hers. Prince died before Beyonce broke the record, but he knew she would. When he gave her that Grammy in 2004, he predicted 20. She has won 32, more than any artist in history. But that first Grammy his remains the most important, because it came with a lesson that transcends music. Your worth isn't determined by external validation. It is determined by internal truth. Beyonce learned that crying in a bathroom at the 2004 Grammys, with Prince offering not comfort, but truth, not pity but his own Grammy, earned this. And she did, 32 times over. But more importantly, she earned the right to be exactly who she is, unapologetically, powerfully. That is what Prince gave her. Not just a Grammy but permission to be great, permission to define success on her own terms. Awards don't define you, your stage does. 7 words. 1 Grammy, a career changed forever. Today that Grammy sits in a glass case, surrounded by 32 others. Still the most important. Still the one that started it all, because it came from a legend who saw a young woman crying and showed her that awards are just symbols. And symbols only have the power we give them. Beyonce gave that Grammy power. Not because it is valuable, but because it represents when everything changed, when she learned that losing didn't make her a failure. It made her human. Prince knew that. He'd lived it. And in 2004, he passed that knowledge to Beyonce, along with a Grammy that was supposed to be alone. But it became a legacy. The Grammy in the glass case proves it, surrounded by 32 others, but still alone. Still the one that started it all. Because it came from Prince, with love, with wisdom, with a challenge wrapped in a gift you already did. Now go earn it. She did. And she is still earning it. Every performance, every song, every moment on stage. Not for the awards, for the art, for the truth. For the stage, just like Prince taught her when she was crying and he was walking by. When she thought she'd failed and he showed her she'd just begun. 7 words. 1 Grammy. A legend born from despair, and a gift from a man who understood that greatness isn't given, it is earned.